Okay, so there's a few things that I wanted to talk about as far as the Till Death card. One of the most important things I want to talk about is the expectation, man. Real sick. You might want to shut this off if you don't have pressure on yourself already. It's the expectation. I think we need a couple classics out of this card. This is literally the biggest card ever. This is the most star-studded, and with that comes all the potential for an incredible battle or incredible battles. So my expectations are very high. I usually don't have any expectations for. I don't know why I'm wearing this. I usually don't even have expectations. Astro A40s, by the way, brand new, fire. I could hear somebody from a mile away. I usually don't come into cards with expectations. I just hope that everyone, performs to the best of their abilities and stuff. But this is going to be a really tough card to, if nothing comes out of this card, it's going to be really hard to just kind of move on, right? So I'm definitely going to need to see some great performances, man. I want to see some great performances. Obviously, there's a lot of elements in battle rap that are outside of your power that could prevent you from having a great performance. Obviously, the crowd plays a huge part in it. I don't even know what the environment's going to be like. I don't know if it's 1,000+ people. I don't know if it's an intimate setting. But I know there's outer elements that make a performance great. But I expect, I expect that 500 to 600 people. They said, all right. I mean, with that being said, then I want to get good participation out of the crowds too. Now that's not to say, before the battle starts, Smack needs to go, hey guys, listen, we're in a Drake card. Everything's fun and exciting. Just react to something and not like forcing the crowd. But I don't want 500 to 600 people that don't really want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like you want a real passionate battle rap crowd there. And I hope they are. So I although this is a huge like mainstream card, I hope it's not filled with a lot of Noah 888, thank you, nailed on the head, Drake fans. Definitely hope that at least 327 of those 500 to 600 people are diehard. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be like you saw when Cassidy came back. You saw how clearly that crowd was there to see like a Cassidy show and didn't know what the fuck was going on. I feel like you need to fill out a survey to get to the Drake card. So hopefully, like I said, man, I hope we have some seasoned veterans, man. There's top, mid and bottom tier fans as well, man. Some of y'all suck. Not you guys, obviously. You're watching me stream. You guys want to start at the main event? Bottom to top. All right. Pat Stay versus Real Sick. Real sick. I said this in the stream that URL was just having. I said he's top 5 in the tightest champion of the year race ever. There are a handful of people having incredible years. Real sick, one of those dudes. I don't know how you guys think of champion of the year. I don't know if you're just going off of performances. I don't know if you're going off of rounds, wins, losses, body bags, stuff like that. I go with a lot of like certain elements. And one of the things that I look at is story. And Sick has faced top level competition. He faced, one of the greatest ever, Mike P. And he did great. Main eventing too after your first year on the URL is a story in itself. Great performance, right? One of the top performances to start off the year. Second battle, Danny Myers, right? Danny Myers, who was leading champion of the year, would seem like a country mile. Rum Nitty was doing his thing, but this was before the tournament. So there's no one even close, to be honest. There's no one really close to Danny in the first quarter of the year. There really wasn't. Danny was on an unconscious run, and although Danny messed up, you can't put that into consideration. Sick dogged him. One of the best performances on Gnome, which had 10 battles on that card that stretched over the course of 2 days. And yet again, in one of the bigger cards, one of the bigger events, which is something I count as well, does incredible. Incredible year, top 5. Pat Stay is one of the greatest. Pat Stay is one of the greatest. Sick held his own against Av, yes. That was a great battle. I thought Av took it pretty clear. Maybe the second and third, I felt like he kind of edged him out clearly. I thought Sick fucked him up in the first, man. I thought it was a crazy first from Sick. And it was a crazy first from Ab, but, 30 to Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. But with that being said, Pat Stay is a Mount Rushmore. And when I do these predictions, I'm usually an on-paper person. I'm not a momentum person. I'm not what have you done for me lately. I'm not any of that. Pat Stay is one of the greatest battle rappers in the history of battle rap. He's a fucking demon, man. He's a demon. I see a lot of people saying, what does he have to say about Sick? Man, you could say anything about anybody. Say anything about anybody. I think this is going to be for some reason, man, there's something that wants me to say that Pat Stay is going to play too much. Man, I don't know how much that can work to Sick, not because of what we look at Sick as, but what he's bringing towards you. The retort back for Pat Stay to be like joke heavy, I don't know if that's going to work. But he's also just an incredible rapper, man. He could do everything. This is a tough one, man. I mean, they're all pretty tough. But on paper, man, I have to go Pat Stay. This is battle rap. I am literally the worst at predicting battles. I could break down both artists. I could break down what they do. I could give you a really good spiel. But at the end of the day, I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Which is why I usually go on paper. Accolades, fucking seniority, experience. But when you get to the URL, man, we could all kick each other's ass. How the fuck do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what their approaches are. I don't know what their rounds are. I have to go off Pat Stay. Pat Stay is literally Mount Rushmore. Literally a Mount Rushmore type guy. Shout out to Real Sick, man. He knows how much I fuck with him. And he knows how much I support him. Obviously, it's no slight. But battle rap media, sometimes I fuck with Pat Stay too, personally. You know what I'm saying? I love Pat Stay. I actually got to take a picture of my daughter. He got me, he mailed me a onesie for my daughter that says sucker free with a lollipop with like a little fucking cross with a cross out on it. It's so cute. And I actually put it on her the day that he sent it to me, and she immediately threw up all over it. So I didn't get the picture, but Pat, I got you. I'll send a picture over. Now, shout out to both of them, man. That's gonna be an amazing battle. Really weird to say that that's the start of the card. Is Real Sick and Pat Stay. Crazy. This picture of Drake is insane, by the way. Like, he looks like my camera is so good. He looks like I don't know, like a creepy priest or something. I don't know. Rum Nitty versus T-Rex. This is an interesting one. This is an interesting one because it's so easy. KP, it's so easy to do that. It's so easy to do that, right? 3-0 Nitty next. No. You have to no. Let's take a step. Let's take a step back. Rex represents Nitty's kryptonite. Nitty doesn't fare well against old school battlers with old school styles. How fucking weird is that? Can we talk about that? That the outdated styles, the most basic styles, have hurt Nitty. Read. Basic old school style. Just kind of talk to you, talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? He kind of beat Nitty. Sirius Jones kind of beat Nitty. John kind of beat Nitty. Basic is Nitty's kryptonite. But this is an important battle for Nitty, man. This is an important battle for Nitty. With that being said, and everything that I just said, Nitty 3-0. He kills him. Yeah, I mean, that style is his kryptonite. But, I love Rex, man. I love Rex. His performance versus Easy was incredible, and that was the best Rex I've seen in a while. But that just kind of makes it even easier to pick Nitty because it came nowhere near to working. It didn't come close to working versus Easy to Black Captain. That was the greatest Rex I've seen in fucking years, man. In years, I have not seen a better Rex. And yes, it's exactly it, Pacers. You just can't hang. It's kind of the conversation that I was having with Shotgun Sugar around the time that he was taking a lot of L's back to back. And it was kind of like, unless he switches up, his style just literally is not enough anymore. It's just not enough. So unless Rex, completely revamps his shit, Nitty 30. There might be the only 3-0 of the card, but shout out to Nitty. Gaddis versus Jazz the Rapper. When it comes to this conversation, a lot of people are saying, well, it's been this long since Jazz. When is Gaddis rapping? Gaddis really don't be battling either. Gaddis is, she's not that active. Jazz is extremely inactive, where it's like, how many battles has Jazz the Rapper had in 6 years? 7 years? 2? For real. Like for real question, since 2015, since since Jazz and E Heart battled the night that I battled Trez. I battled Trez probably 2018. Jazz the Rapper had one battle after that. How do you pick this? I think Rust could be a real thing. And I think the time that Jazz takes in between battles, things change. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain styles don't really work. Dude, that was one of the most glaring things I saw in the John versus Surf, man. John was doing his multiple choice, and I was like, this ain't it anymore. This doesn't work. There's a lot of shit that doesn't work anymore. And Jazz isn't active enough to really even predict what she's going to do. And then Gaddis is the same. Gaddis don't really rap either. I don't know. This is gonna be an interesting one, man. Like, I was talking in the EFM spaces about this battle, and I said that, a lot of people were like, Jazz's return, her return, is Gaddis gonna be able to handle that? That's like a 1-round thing, maybe a 1-round thing. If you get, like, when I battled Daylight, right? In my head, just have to get through the first round because there's hype. It's the return. It's this and that. I don't really know how much of a return it's going to be. Listen, just because people have been anticipating your return, if you're judging Jazz versus Gaddis, and one of the things that you're taking into consideration is the fact that she hasn't been here in a while, you have to take into consideration that no one cares. No one cares. That crowd that's there, when Jazz the Rapper steps on the stage and Gaddis steps on the stage, it doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter how long it's been since, you know what I'm saying? Since you've seen yada, yada, yada. So if there's any kind of momentum like that's coming from Jazz's side, it's the first round and that's it. And I don't even think it's that. Gaddis's style off volume alone is going to be hard for Jazz is a nonchalant. She's nonchalant in her delivery, and Gaddis is Gaddis just might be too loud. Sometimes it's just Gaddis was too fucking loud. Didn't even matter what Jazz was saying. That could be it. That could be the energy in it. I'm going to go with Jazz, though, because I've also just seen her more than Gaddis. I don't watch Gaddis. I don't watch Gaddis at all, actually. The only thing that I know of Gaddis is Miss Hustle's ridiculous, I just showed y'all how a Gaddis broken down while Gaddis is broken down. It's the only thing I fucking know. No disrespect, but I don't care. Calico versus Sue Surf. Man, I thought that battle wasn't gonna happen. Y'all need to stop listening to these rappers. I don't know if you guys caught on to the pattern, but if you're on Twitter, when two battlers are talking like they're booked, they're booked. So the second Cal was like, oh man, I asked for this amount of money. They didn't give it to me. I was like, oh, that's booked. That's just how it happens, bro. Anytime you see these guys that are like, oh man, battle ain't happening, he's on some bitch shit, they're battling. I guarantee it. And wow, this is the quickest return. This is the quickest return that I've seen from Surf in a long time. He just battled, and now he's right back in it. I haven't seen Surf, do 2 battles this close in a while. And I don't say this close as far as like it'll hinder him or that has to do with it. It's like a couple months apart, but it's weird to see Surf returning so fast. They're both coming off of a win on Summer Madness. I thought Cal, no one really talk about that, man. Cal got Geechee's number. Cal had Geechee's number in Houston. Cal won that battle. You could debate it if you want. I thought Cal took that battle, man. And then obviously Surf, probably performance of the night. This is a really interesting battle, man. Like, this is one of those battles where it's 2 guys that have been doing it for a long time, but it's not going to be whack. And usually you don't get that when you get 2 guys that have been here for a while. Usually it's ass. But Surf, I fuck with Surf so heavy, man. I think he's gonna bring that. I think he's bringing that same energy, man. I think he's bringing that same energy. I'm not gonna look at it as he did what he came to do in Houston and that's it. And he's just gonna revert back to, not really putting that much into it. This is a completely different card. This is huge as far as the Drake cards. It's just a big card, and Surf always shows up to the big events, man. I got Surf taking this, man. I got Surf beating Cal 2-1. I really can't say 3-0 for anybody, man. And I don't even know what to... I could talk about this Rock and Twerk, man. Rock and Twerk is going to be easy to talk about. Geechee and Lux is... I'll get into that later. Tay-Rock versus New Jersey Twerk. I'll say it again. I've said it before. The first time that I heard this battle was booked. We've known about this battle for a couple years now. We've all wanted it to happen, but now that it's real, the first time that I saw it announced as reality, I thought about Twerk versus Geechee Gotti. And I thought about Twerk versus Geechee Gotti because when that battle was booked, I remembered how important it was to me as a battle rapper that represents the new era. Twerk and Geechee was, supposed to be our Averb versus Hitman. It was supposed to be our JC versus Chilla, our Lux versus Cal, whatever, our Mook versus Lux 1, 2 of the top representatives from our era clashing, making an amazing battle, and, something that me as a new era guy can point to and go, if you ever have any questions about who the fuck we are, even though Easy to Black Captain and Chess is now that, the more I've seen this battle, I literally think it's the greatest battle that ever happened, actually. But that's the same way I look at Twerk versus Rock, man. Rock, Smack era. You could say that he's from the Smack era. He's not new era. Rock has been doing this for a long fucking time. Rock has been on URL for 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? He's in between. He's not Smack era. He's not new era, whatever. He created his own era. But I still find the same importance in this battle as I saw in Twerk vs. Geechee, because it's rare that you get 2 guys that are where they, that are in the positions that they're in that go head to head. Sometimes if you get a big person representing the new era versus a guy that, represents the old era, there's just something about it that just doesn't, they're both not on the same momentum. And I wouldn't say Twerk is on the same as Rock, because Rock is so consistent, but this is an extremely important battle for this generation of battle rap, let alone battle rap in general. I'm an on-paper guy, but there has to be an exception with this one. There's going to be an exception with this one, so, you could hate on me if you want, but there's 2 things that I'm taking into consideration in this battle. It's the same thing I did with Summer Madness, and it's the same thing I do with everybody. Even when I predict a chess battle, a Surf battle, a Twerk battle, I come into my prediction thinking that there is no chokes. There will be no chokes. This person is coming in with 3 rounds prepared. He's going to be at 100%. That's it. So I don't factor in any mishaps that Twerk has had coming into this battle. That's not how I'm going to predict this battle. And then I would do what I usually do, which is the seniority thing, and say, well, Rock has more experience. Rock is more consistent. Rock has done more. He's been on bigger stages. He's bigger. He's that. He's this. He's that. He's this. He's that. I can't do this one. For this one, this is how I predict this battle. What is the best I've ever seen from Tay-Rock, and what is the best I've ever seen from Twerk? As far as when I have been in the building, when I have watched it on camera, when I've seen it on pay-per-view, what is the best when they are maxed out? Who is better? When New Jersey Twerk is maxed out, he is the greatest battle rapper of all time. That is the truth. No matter how you want to cut that, you could say preference. You could go preference and say that's not the best I have seen, or that's not something that I like. Don't care. Okay? The fact is, when Twerk is at his greatest, the best rounds you've ever heard from Twerk are the best fucking rounds, bro. And that's why I'm picking Twerk to win. I'm going into that battle thinking, and we were talking about expectation about a half hour ago when I started the stream. We were talking about expectation before I got in these predictions. This is the expectation. This battle has to be great. It has to be great. Or from a fan perspective, I'm going to be fucking pissed, man. I'm going to be fucking pissed. If the crowd is terrible, if we get in there and the crowd is a disaster and you could tell that things are being reacted to that are unseasoned and things that are amazing aren't being reacted. If it's a disaster like that, then a little more leniency. This has to be a great battle, man. I'm coming into this thinking that this is going to be the best Rock I've ever seen and the best New Jersey Twerk I've ever seen. If it's the best New Jersey Twerk I've ever seen, he is the greatest. So he wins that battle. But overall, man, I think the quality of this battle is so much more important for the new era of battle rap than the actual victor. I have Twerk winning 2-1. And I don't even know what to do with this fucking... I don't even know how to attack this prediction, but last battle on the card... I wish I had Geechee on the show tonight, but he liked my message to requesting him to come on the show and didn't actually respond. I still need to find out what is that. Like, did you like the fact that I asked you, Geechee? URL ain't booking me, by the way. I'm done with 2021. Geechee Gotti versus Loaded Lux. My brain glitches when I think of that battle because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. Geechee Gotti is, he's the exception. He is not like everybody. Okay? Geechee Gotti, there's nobody like him. And I was going to make fun of him if he was on here tonight because, he's very nonchalant about battle rap when he does his podcast. He doesn't really talk about battle rap much. He likes to put out the idea that he's just whatever about shit, but he's a fucking liar. He's a liar. He cares. He cares. With the amount of work that he puts in to battle rap, with the consistency that he puts in from the league to the battles to the everything, Geechee cares. Geechee cares. I'm a pretty transparent person. That's why you really can't embarrass me. Like you probably know more about me than most battle rappers because I'll be the first one to tell you something. Or the first one to tell you, something that's on my mind or something I think about. So maybe Geechee doesn't have to say it, but I'd be interested to wonder if he's intimidated. If there's something about, man, I really don't know how to attack this. Loaded Lux, outside of battle rap, when it comes to battle rap and music, freestyle, ciphers, Loaded Lux is one of the greatest rappers ever. Can we just remember this, okay? Loaded Lux is one of the greatest rappers that has ever lived. Geechee, I was very critical of Geechee when he first came in. I thought he was pretty one-dimensional. And now Geechee does everything, man. He freestyles, he angles, he jokes, he punches, he sets up haymakers. He does personals. He's incredible, man. He's incredible. He really is. He really is, man. He's turned into a great battler. For me, when he first came in, I didn't see him as that much. But when most people come into the URL, they're really not that much. Loaded Lux. Dude, I've already flipped on this twice, and I'm about to flip again. I picked Lux to win the first time somebody asked me about it. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I was in the mode of like talking about Geechee, and I picked Geechee to win. And now I feel like I've lost my mind. I think not picking Loaded Lux to win a rap battle is like not picking Tiger Woods in the 2000s to win a major. However you want to talk about his surf performance, Loaded Lux is one of the greatest. He's one of the most strategic. Every single round is a literal angle. Every single round, there's a breakdown. Every single round, he's systematically taking everything about you, from who you are as a person, who you might be as a person, your music, your battles, your career, your life, like everything. Everything. I have to go Lux, man. I have to go Lux, bro.